listening to 3 for $1.
3 for $1.
3 for $1 podcast.
He cannot hit 60 for 60.
Hey.
Come on, man.
You can't have these conversations without bias.
I mean, that's just real. I
I
didn't
wasn't
like
being biased. Bias is oozing out of your
I
shirt.
told you Ye was not good.
Why did it change from the listening party to whatever came out?
Pusha T even said
That doesn't even make sense.
What about it?
He gets locked up in the
Kyrie
playoffs.
play in the playoffs is always hurt.
That's an NBA champion, bro. Welcome everybody to $3 for $1 podcast. Hopefully you all had a happy and conscious July 4th. I hope the drinks flowed forever for you guys. So we're back this week. Usual suspects in the room. We have a couple albums to review. Jaden Smith, The God Body, and we got, of course, Mr. Cole. So we're going to get through all that. We also would be remiss if we didn't talk about Mustard. We did not talk about him on the last pod. There was about 3 albums that we had to get through. So we apologize for that. We're going to get to that as well. So let me do the intros. To my left, Brytnie Devon. Woo. To my right, Raval Lavar. And your host with the most, Gobe.
Host with the most. Get
And all right, anyway, let's get to the Mustard album. Like I said, this dropped last week, so we are a little late on that, but we're going to go ahead and hit that first, if I can get to it. Yeah, so it's called Perfect 10, and what would you know, it's 10 tracks, and I haven't heard anybody talking about this album, really.
Really?
I really haven't. You know, for how big Mustard is, and the track list as well, like, didn't hear anybody talking about it, but maybe that's because there were other albums that dropped, so benefit of the doubt. This album is great. Production's phenomenal. I am a little critical of Mustard at times because a lot of beats do sound the same, but on this one he switched it up. He got into the more in the artist's bag, I feel like, as opposed to just putting them on his beat, which is nice to hear. Standout tracks, Surface with LMA and Ty Dolla $ign. That's hard. That's hard as fuck. Let me see. Ballin', Roddy Ricch. Probably my favorite track on the album.
like that one a lot.
That one is phenomenal as well. But Gets in the Face is cool. That is a star-studded cast on that. Nav, Playboy Cardi, A Boogie. And then the Future song's all right. Y'all was gassing that up a little bit, but that's cool as well. But overall, great project. What'd you guys think?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I got to it this week because last week was a lot to deal with. But I listened to it this week. The first track was hard. Definitely made me want to continue to listen to it. That's with One Take J. I can't honestly say that I heard of him before, I don't think.
And that's fine.
One Take J.
And so...
That's a dope name.
Yeah, it is. So, on the track, when it started, I was like, man, this is dope. Like, who is this? So I wouldn't mind, like, listening to one of his projects. So that's probably one of my favorites. Another one would definitely be Ballin' with Roddy Ricch. I enjoyed that one a lot, too.
Y'all like that track a lot.
Yeah,
I
I
fuck
did
with
like
Roddy
it.
Ricch, so whatever.
Surface was dope. I think anytime you have a Ty Dolla, y'all know I'm biased, but that was dope. And then Ella, of course, did her thing. It was good to see Nipsey on the track, so that was a pleasant surprise at the end to round it all out. But I enjoyed the whole album. I definitely will be listening to it again. So yeah, it was dope.
This is going to be like probably top 5 for me. There's no skips on this joint.
Of the year.
Yeah.
All
for sure.
right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's no skips on here at all. Every song is hard. I was actually like thoroughly shocked how much I liked the Quavo, YG, and Meek Mill song. Like, I didn't think I would.
Why?
Which one is that?
100 bands.
100 bands.
That joint is tight. It's
Why
tight.
didn't you think you would like it?
Because I'm about done with Migos.
Okay.
I'm Migosed out.
That's fair.
And I've never really been the biggest Meek Mill fan.
Okay.
It's well documented.
Right. So like the combination with them two together, I didn't know I was going to that feel at all. So I did go in with expectation, which was not a good one. But it turned out to be good. I thought the beat that he made and, you know, the production, and he put him in great pockets. I thought Meek Mill verse was actually really, really good. And I actually think ever since he came back from prison, he's been doing a very, very good job with his raps. So yeah, I'm very excited for
He's
Meek.
been doing a great job before
Well,
that.
that's your personal opinion. Mine is different.
What did
and
he
that's
change?
Fine.
Like, I'm curious.
I don't know. It's just something about him that's I don't know.
He
It's
feels like
something-
you learned
said,
something.
okay, wait. So you said, annoying.
Maybe.
Previously, you said one of the reasons why you didn't really care for him is because it always sounds like he's yelling on the
Yeah, he
track.
hollering on that joint.
Do you feel like that's toned down? Like he's
No,
not
he's still
yelling
hollering on
anymore?
them joints.
He's whispering to you.
No, he's still hollering on them.
Okay, so
And maybe because it's controlled. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I feel like it just feels different.
Maybe you get in there and be like, "Yo, turn me down this time." You hear me?
I don't know about all that.
because that was
I
gonna
just
be
know
my
it feels
question.
different.
Like, if he's still yelling, then like, what is it that's making it for you be like, all right, he's not doing a bad job now, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels different.
I think it's maybe the content. The content is a little bit more on some boss shit now.
And this one is 100 bands stripper song.
Yeah,
So I don't even know if I can say that. But to that point, like the other stuff outside of 100 bands, right?
Yeah.
Has been a little bit more
Right.
thought provoking, right? Or a little bit more forward thinking, I would say.
Right.
And the Future track is hard. When it comes
It's cool.
to Future, I'm not the biggest Future fan either. I want him to do this. DS2 was my favorite Future joint, and he rapped a lot. He just rapped, and he did that on Interstate 10. And so I really, really, really like that. Mustard did the things with the little, and excuse me if I'm naming this incorrectly, but the little Spanish strings on a lot of these tracks, on the maybe like 3. He did it on the Interstate 10, and I really liked it. I rarely hear those strings on songs like that, on rap songs. So that really stood out for me. My favorite song is On God, though. I'm biased. I like ASAP. Both of them. And then the Young Thug and Gunna song I liked a lot.
Yeah, that one's good. I didn't really like the ASAP one. I thought they could have done better.
Yeah.
But it was all right. Pure Water's trash, man. Look, I'm right there with you with the Migos, man. I was a firm advocate for these niggas back Wire In and all that, but bro, this shit, I don't know. This shit is not cool no more. It's just not, bro.
But they just make strip club music, really, though.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's their lane, I guess. But I thought they were more than that. So, especially like seeing when they did their individual albums, you see how Offset kind of got into different bags and he showed that he was more diverse. But like when they come together, I'd be like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We might just need Offset to be by himself, low key or something.
Yeah, they
but
make strip club music, which is, I don't really care for the strip club. It's not my scene. I don't really care to go. But Pure Water, I didn't mind it. It was, I knew what it was, and I liked it for what it was, I guess. So, but yeah, I don't think it was a miss on this one. And it's not. I listen to it. Don't skip. Brytnie touched on the Nip track. It was definitely refreshing. It was like he didn't do a lot on that production wise. He let Nip just speak. Which was powerful. I thought that was a statement.
Yeah,
So,
it
like,
reminded me of Ocean Views a little bit, which I fucked with.
the
so.
beat wasn't busy. Just let him get his shit off, which was tight, man.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which was definitely tight.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you like this one better or the DJ Khaled one with John Legend?
Oh, the Nip song.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's
And-
tough.
I think I like this one because it doesn't have John Legend like hogging the track.
Well, with John Legend on that track, it kind of makes it a little bit more powerful in a way, right? It speaks to your feels.
I
a little
think
bit
it
more.
do,
spiritually,
yeah.
but
It speaks to your feels.
I
a
don't
little
know,
bit more.
man. When that beat switched up on the second part, I was like, that's what we need, man.
Yeah.
I've heard John Legend many a time. I don't need another one. But. Anyway, yeah, so definitely go check that out. Perfect 10. Great album there. Hella bangers for the pregame playlist,
I
party
think
Definitely,
playlist.
yeah.
I'm sure you'll hear some of these at Laurie or whatnot. So, let's get to the next album. Jaden Smith. I'm gonna butcher this.
ERYS.
ERYS. There we go. Album is called ERYS. If you've been paying attention this long, this is his first album, Sire, spelled backwards.
Sire.
Sire, excuse me.
That's his middle name.
Just butchering everything. But this album was longer than I thought it was going to be. But what did you guys think? I'll let you guys go first since I went first on the other one. Go ahead, Brytnie. Brytnie about to kill it. Oh, hell. All right, go ahead. He's saving the world. Just remember that.
We'll get to that.
That's awesome.
We'll get to that.
That's awesome. Damn, motherfuckers will box of water. This
I
is
am
awesome.
not. I don't know. Jaden has a specific sound.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
Don't do that.
That's false.
Don't do
I mean, it's not. It's a different sound, but I expect his albums to sound this way.
This way?
Yes.
No.
I think
I
all
feel
his
like-
albums sound different.
Go ahead, get your shit off.
Yeah,
We'll
go
let you
ahead,
get your shit
go
off.
ahead,
Get your-
go ahead.
I expected it to be different, eclectic, if you will.
Okay.
And so going in, I know on the last one he had blue. He did pink on this one with the first 4 tracks. That was cool. I think that it flowed into one another, each song. You really couldn't tell where it began and where it ended. So it was cool to listen to. I thought it was very creative. Outside of that, every other song was a little hard to get through after that, I think, for me personally. And I don't know, I think it was just because of the sound. It was different. And then I think he got into his little rock and roll bag a little bit. And again, I think we talked about this 2 podcasts ago, you know. That's different for me. I was never a rock and roll fan, so having to listen to that is a little bit different. But I do like the idea of bringing the 2 genres together. I thought it was nice that he had a song with Willow. I thought that was dope. I didn't expect that at all because I know her experience or her feelings toward the music industry and stuff. So I think it was dope that she
You elaborate
got
on
the
those
track.
feelings? I'm not aware.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's talked about openly a lot about how when she first started, obviously we know she had the hit with My Hair, and how
I've
she
never heard
felt
it.
like how she felt like she was forced into it.
Okay.
Her father had a little bit to do with that, so Will Smith, but she felt like she was forced into it to be this person and to have this image that she didn't want to have. And so that's why she strayed away from it after she had that hit single. It was a lot of pressure. And so, like I said, because of that, I thought it was interesting but also dope that she did the track with her brother. I actually did really like that. And I don't know if it's for that reason that the combination of them 2 together on the track was dope to me or what. But that song was cool. And Trinidad James, I don't think you hear from Trinidad a lot. So that took me back within itself. But I think that song was cool too. But I don't know. It was different.
All right, scale 1 to 10.
And be real.
Yeah, please, because you double back hella times. So
She trying to find good things to say. But she doesn't want to say
it
it.
better not be above a 5. I mean, just say if you didn't like it, just
I
say
would
it.
probably have it at like a 4.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it to 5.
Hey, man, it's her rating, you know.
You know.
I mean, you didn't like it. Just say I didn't like it.
It wasn't my favorite.
Oh, okay.
All right, man.
G, you want to take it away?
I mean-
what you want, man?
I can.
Good.
So, I mean, I really like Jaden Smith, man. I like his approach to it. With Cyree, of course, he came with his more. His approach to that album was a little bit more emotional. He was more in tune with, you know, his emotional side as a young adolescent in music. Those vibes, those melodies, I really enjoyed. And then I listened to his or I watched his interview with Beats 101. I can't remember the guy's name that always does those interviews. But he approached this album saying he wanted to do the exact opposite of what the last one was. Kind of like, Cyree and then Cyree backwards is ERYS. He just wanted to flip it completely. That's why you get blue on Cyree and then pink on ERYS. And even in the sound. So when he said he wanted to flip it, I didn't know what to expect when he meant by flipping it. Played the record. He flipped it all right. I can't follow it. I mean, it's not that I can't follow it. I don't really like this. I didn't expect him to go rock. I was expecting him to maybe just go maybe hyper rap, just a little bit more up-tempo rap. But he went rock. And it went rock as soon as it went to Fire Department. Completely rock track. I was like, wow. He's really doing this. Okay? Now, mind you, on Cyree, Blue was my favorite track. Like, all four of those together are amazing. Like, that makes an amazing song. And Pink, it had good moments. Like, I believe on the middle part of N, I believe. I thought I really liked that part. The Noise track was a rock track. I was looking forward to Tyler, the Creator's verse, because he really talked that up in the interview. He said Tyler was saying some crazy stuff. His verse was crazy. It wasn't that crazy to me. It was a good standard Tyler verse, which is his standards are good. The Trinidad James song was trash. His part was minuscule. It was awful. Summertime in Paris, I did like that record though, and I thought Willow sounded very mature in her vocals. Though that really surprised me. But past that, I could barely finish it. It was very tough to listen to because I don't want to listen to rock. I like rock. I like some rock albums. I got some favorites.
It don't sound like it.
I do, but this is not what I wanted to hear. But yeah,
Okay.
Will not make the rotation.
All right. So 2 no's. But for me, this isn't one of my favorite Jaden albums.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just gonna reiterate what y'all say about Pink. Pink is hard. I fuck with Pink. I fuck with Lido. That's my first time hearing whoever that is. I thought they did a great job. I think I liked K the most, but it did kind of run together. So I probably
Pink?
have, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So I
supposed to be one
right.
song.
So
yeah.
I'm not sure if it was the back end of N or the beginning of Pink that I liked.
Oh, that's fair.
It's in there somewhere though. But I did like those 4 tracks. After that, I mean, bro, I gotta go to 17 to find my next track that I like.
17, the deluxe part, right?
No, that's
17
the last
is
track.
ERYS.
You went all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, no, because I mean, I tried, bro. I tried to listen to these tracks. I'm there with you on the Trinidad James. Well, that one's awful.
And you know what? Like, I like Trinidad James. Like, when he came
No,
out,
the whole track. Like, it's not even
I mean,
Trinidad.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I think we're good.
yeah. I was excited when I seen these features, man. Chateau with ASAP. On my own, Kid Cudi. We got to ERYS. I fucked with the ERYS. Is the back half is somebody else. That's in the little volume 2.
Okay.
The second song. It's the same song. That's my favorite track on the album. It is very slow, and it's a sad joint. It reminds you of Sunset Tapes. And that's what I was going to say originally when you were talking about the flip.
Yeah.
I thought this album was like a continuation of Sunset Tapes to a point.
Okay.
Like half of it. And then, yeah, he did get in his rock bag, which I don't mind at all.
I don't
but
mind rock.
I mean, it was a hard listen, like y'all said. Like, and I don't know if that was because of the number of tracks.
I don't think it had nothing to do with the numbers.
No.
No. Okay. Well, it was just a hard
In my
listen.
opinion, right?
Yeah.
I just thought it was just very tough to listen to.
Yeah.
And I like rock. I like rock a lot. But this was just not it for me.
Yeah.
And also, sorry not to. I mean, I did cut you off, but
No,
I
you
didn't.
definitely did good.
Yeah, but it was hard for me to understand his lyrics. I couldn't barely understand what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was the effect on it. I don't really want to call it a tune, right? An auto tune, but it could be. I just don't know what exactly he does on his vocals, but I couldn't barely understand what he was saying.
That's fair.
And that may play a part as well. And normally in his other rap tracks, I can definitely understand what he's saying. I could vibe with it. He makes sure his lyrics are clean. He doesn't like, vulgar lyrics. But I just couldn't tell what it was. I mean,
Yeah.
so maybe that played a part too. I don't know.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. But, somebody else is my favorite track on there. Ghost remix with ASAP.
Ghost was tight.
Bruh. I don't know about ASAP anymore, man. I don't know. His past couple features, I don't think are good. I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. Maybe this is some high fashion shit that I don't understand.
Don't do
whatever.
that. Don't do that.
I don't know, man. I expect more from ASAP because I did like Testing, and he was trying different bags in that.
Did you?
I like Testing. I didn't put it in my top 5 like you.
Did I have it in my top 5?
What'd you have it in? No, I'm sorry, 7.
No, I'll let you go ahead and I'll tell you where I had it at. You couldn't even let me get it on the list, but it's cool. But you liked it.
Yeah, nah. That doesn't mean I don't like it. You see how much music dropped?
Let's not get too far.
All right. See, this
There's
is what
1,000
I'm saying.
albums better than it, is what he said.
Yep.
There's
Go
what?
ahead.
I said what?
1,000 albums better than Testing.
I said that.
Yes.
Let's pull that up.
Yep. We'll run the
Or we'll
tape.
pull that up next pod. If I said that, I will come here and apologize. But yeah, I mean, I think Jaden Smith is very raw right now. Like, I think he's still trying to find his way in the music game. Talent is very raw. What?
What was your last spot you said I had Testing at? You said 7?
Yeah.
Had it at 8.
Damn, so I'm on here speaking gospel. Okay, so, anywho, that's actually pretty funny, though. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I think he's a very raw talent right now. I can tell he's like in there trying different things out, seeing what maybe fits him. I think he's influenced by a lot of artists as well. I don't know if he's ever said he's influenced by Kanye, but man,
He speaks very, very highly of Kid Cudi.
Okay, Kid Cudi, that would make sense too, because Kid Cudi did inspire that kind of lane from Kanye. So yeah, Kid Cudi's the originator of that. So I can tell that Kid Cudi influence is heavy in this. I mean, having him featured on the album, I mean, even getting Kid Cudi for a feature, it's damn near impossible nowadays. So I'm excited to see what he does. I think by the time he gets older, he's only 21, I think he'll be one of the best artists in the game. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. But this one, yeah. But
before we move on, I want to touch on that too. So in that interview, the Beast One interview, he spoke about how he has some songs with Kid Cudi already. Mm-hmm. He said they recorded, I think he said a handful, right? But there was a time where when he was younger, he said about 15, 16, when he was making music, he was learning, and Kid Cudi was there the whole time. Mm-hmm. But Kid Cudi wouldn't hop on the track with him, and he told him, "You're not ready yet. You're not good enough." He said that to him. Mm-hmm. Like, when you get good enough, then I'll hop on the track. And he was very excited in the interview, like, I got my verse. Kid Cudi came to me and was like, I'm ready to hop on the joint with you. Right?
damn, that's dope.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it was
it
kind of like a dubbing of some sort. Like, you're ready. And I think that speaks to, I feel like he's still raw. Right? But I think if Kid Cudi can give you a cosign, that's the biggest cosign.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the biggest, right? Mm-hmm. But I do believe he's still raw. He's still trying to find his way, not lane, but his way. Because I think he's one of those artists that we speak about, like, you don't box him in. He's not a rapper. He's not a rock and roll. He's not a singer. He makes music. So I think he's just still trying to find his way and find out what works for him. So,
Yep.
But yeah.
2 out of 3 for me so far. So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I like Cyree leaps and bounds better than the last two. But
Sunset Tapes is my shit, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like Cyree. I know for a fact I didn't like Sunset Tapes.
I feel that. And it's a little Wyoming-y.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
little
Wyoming-y.
It is, man. But yeah, definitely check that out if you have some free time. It's a pretty long album, so just have patience. But go ahead and check that out.
It's only 20 tracks.
I do want to touch on, though, before we get to Mr. Cole himself, Jaden Smith, to be 21, to be doing all of the, how can I put this?
Is it philanthropy?
I don't think so, because philanthropy is a little bit different, but he's really going out of his way to not only like save the earth, but he's also, I think he lives by that, like, you know, I think, you know, why not me? You know what I mean?
And I tweeted that.
Did you tweet that?
I tweeted
Okay,
that
so
like
like,
not so long ago.
you know, I have the means. You know, why can't I do this? You know,
Right.
why can't I have the vegan food truck that's serving people for free, homeless people? Boxed water, such a simple concept, like, and it can knocks down the carbon footprint like by a massive amount. Why can't I do it? So he goes out and does it. The Flint thing, you know, bringing the water to Flint, that's amazing as well. This kid is 21. Like, what's everybody else's excuse at the end of the day when you hear something like that? Like, he's not. It's not like he's just getting into it. He's been doing this shit since he was like at least 18.
Right.
Might be before that. So
With the just water, the biodegradable, you know, bottles, and
Yeah.
then he has the water stations in Flint. He said, I think he said he's doing a gallon every 60 seconds or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
and then he's trying to make sure and he's also doing his research too. And I feel like that interview I keep speaking of, it was a really good interview, that Beast One joint. He talked about how he's seen Kentucky is having water trouble now, and he said it was a parts of, I believe he said, New Jersey. And, just go check out the interview to get the right city. So his team is researching, and they're doing more than just Flint, because this problem with this lead in water thing is not just Flint. It's now it's coming up everywhere, and so they're keeping their eye on everything to see how they can reach other parts. Right, so it's not just a gimmick for him. This is real. This you can tell he's passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
So,
And I think we need more of that. Like, it's not too many artists who lead by example in that way, and try to, you know, lend a hand where they can and when they can, and really assert themselves within different causes. But when I think about the whole Smith family, I think that's who they are. It's a true testament to how he was raised and his upbringing and his family. I think all of them really, really care about people and the humanity of people, and take themselves out of the equation. They're truly selfless, and I think that within itself is really, really dope. It's just a testament to how they were raised and their mission of serving other people.
I mean, he takes it to a whole nother level than that whole family. So,
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, we can rattle off some things if you got them.
But it's not a competition.
Not a competition.
I think that's what
all I said is he does way more.
I wouldn't say that.
I think they have. They're doing it in a different way.
Okay, what are they doing?
I would say,
Right.
like, even with, I mean, we can talk about Will Smith and all of his. We know he does. He's on YouTube and he gives his different messages and speeches. And I know that one time, I think it was his birthday, when he climbed. Was it the mountain, or he fell out of a
The
airplane or whatever.
Yeah.
Both of those were for a specific cause. I forgot exactly what they were, but they were for causes.
I mean, I don't want to box him in, but it seems like he's turned into more like a motivational speaker in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's just him. I'm not 100% sure exactly what Willow is doing, but I know she's along that same train, that same line of trying to give back and feed the community and stuff. I think with the Jaden is more outward, like you hear about it a little bit more, and that could just be a testament
I don't think you hear
to
about it that much at all.
I mean,
you might see it pop up once or twice. You don't. It's not like it floods your TL.
So But my thing is, it's not a competition.
It's
And
not a competition,
I'm not
but
trying
the
to
point
say
still
that
stands.
one is doing more than the other.
But my
because
point is
the
to be at that young of an age,
Right.
and to be leaps and bounds. You know, let's take it away from their family, but just being leaps and bounds farther than everybody is crazy.
Okay, so then you're still doing it, and I'm not taking it away from you.
All right.
But I'm just saying I don't want to measure it because it's not a measuring tool. If one person is being a motivational speaker or is going out and doing these things behind the scenes, it's not that this person is doing more or doing better than the other person is. This person is doing something, and I think that's what we should highlight. That's it, period. But that's just me.
No, I think it's two different levels. I mean,
But
Jaden
you're
is global.
measuring it again, and I don't think it needs to be measured.
all right, Jaden's doing more. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the last album here. Mr. Cole, Revenge of the Dreamers 3. The Dreamville production.
I don't even think you can even say that.
What?
Dreamville production. I guess, it's their album. I guess
Right.
you can say that, but
Right. I know this was highly anticipated since, when he dropped the famous IG post. We saw the Revenge of the Dreamers. Everybody got excited.
Yeah.
I think clips were coming out as well.
the viral joint, it definitely went viral.
Right.
Crazy.
This past week, they dropped the doc as well, right before the album dropped. So I know that got a lot of people excited as well. So it did finally come.
I can go first since y'all went first. The other two.
Go ahead.
So like you said, the doc definitely brought more excitement. So the rollout seemed like it was a little longer, right? So we got the invitations, and everybody was, posting their invitations, and I guess they went to their 10-day thing in Milwaukee or whatever. I believe it was Milwaukee where they were at, because I know the Bucks came through, catered, and we hung out with them while they was recording and stuff like that. So it must have been in Milwaukee. But it seemed like the rollout was a little bit longer because we got the invitations and they was flooding the TL with the invitations and stuff like that. And then it seemed like it died off for a little bit. And then he rekindled it when he posted, it's coming out this Friday. They had 4 singles, right? They did them 2 at a time on 2 different days. And then the doc dropped. So the doc was the biggest thing that moved me when I watched the doc. I'm a behind the scenes guy. I like to see, what the artists are doing, where they get their motivation, or how, just their day to day. That gets me excited. And so hearing the concept behind, they had the idea of doing this album in 10 days. But they wanted to open the door to other artists. And Cole specifically said, I want to have my staple in the game, but I don't want to, be viewed as somebody that's did it and didn't, work with anybody else. Essentially, what he said, to paraphrase.
Yeah.
And so he opened the door, right? So when I seen the whole list of people, when they were just rattling off all the people that came through and was working, that got me super, super excited because there was a lot of big names like Smino, Saba, and Buddy. Those are just the 3 that stood out to me the most. And then, of course, like the producers that came through, Jace, I seen him. He's one of my favorites as well. I got really excited. But when the album came out, I still didn't know what to expect because they said a lot of verses and a lot of things were going to get left out. And so when it played, it was a little mid the first time I ran it because I think I came in with an expectation of what do they call those? When everybody a compilation.
Compilation, yeah.
So I came in expecting like all bangers.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get that. And then my second listen, I wanted to go in with just the expectation of just what I want to look for when it comes to rap music. Just regular old rapidy rap, little boom bap, backpack, just bars, really just going in there and just showing your lyrical talent. And I think that's when it clicked for me. So my favorites on that one are definitely 1993, Swivel with Earth Gang just by themselves. And Oh Wow was probably one of my favorites. And that was just the first part because Oh Wow is a double track joint. And the one thing I wanted for Oh Wow, I wanted was Isaiah Rashad to be on that joint. I thought that would have fit him very, very perfectly. But other than that, I thought it was a really good one. I don't know where I got it on the list, but it's one of those things that I always kept coming back to right after I got through that first listen. So I know that was a long-winded answer, but I really enjoyed it. And I think I definitely enjoyed it on the straight hip-hop vibe type of thing. It's not really a banger, not really a pregame joint either, I don't think. This is just real hip-hop, and I really enjoy it.
I thought it was mid. I expected a lot more, especially when you bring together all these artists. Maybe that's asking for too much. A lot of moving parts, but I think 6 of the tracks I like out of 18. Under the Sun with DaBaby was hard. Down Bad, of course. I liked Oh Wow as well. And then after that, I got to go down to Costa Rica. Sunset with Young Nudie. Whoo! That is fire. That is fire right there. I had to look and see if Pierre was on the beat. That beat was knocking so hard. I was like, hold on. Let me check this out.
I think Pyrex did that, right?
Yeah, Pyrex did that, yeah. Got Me, of course, and then Sacrifices. So I think that's actually 7. But this is, I mean, I guess it like you said, it is a compilation. So I'm not going to hold it up to the standard that I would usually for Cole. I thought Cole did his thing on all his verses. So I can't be critical there. But, I mean, I expected more, especially with this huge rollout. I'm not the biggest Cole fan, but I can respect his work. I don't know if I'll go back to this, but I'll probably run a couple tracks every now and again. So
It's fair. I know I personally was looking forward to it. It dropped. I had to listen to it a few times to really soak it in, to really enjoy it. I will say I'm happy that this is a lot different from Revenge of the Dreamers 2 and 1 because there's a lot more artists that he worked with. If you look at 2 and 1, like the track list and actually listen to it, it's only maybe 5 to 6 other artists on it, I feel like. It's not nearly such a large range of different voices and musicians on the track. So this was a lot different because it was a lot more people. I'll say for me, some of my personal favorites were Lambo Truck, Self Love I liked. Baby Rose has a very different voice, but I liked it. I rocked with it heavy, actually. That song was dope. Got Me, we all know I like. Sacrifices had to be my favorite song, though.
Why do people like that song so much?
That, for me...
That's like almost consensus best song on the album. No. From what I've seen.
Really?
Yes, from what I've seen. Wow. Literally, like,
yeah.
You see it on like our Twitter feed. Or what's your favorite track? Everybody says Sacrifices.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen another track. But
it's hard, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's the best one.
Why do you like it so much?
Defend it,
please, because I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad song either.
I mean,
but I'm
yeah, no. For me, it was my favorite because I think, okay, so you have Smino and you have Sabo on the same track together. Those are 2 phenomenal artists.
We need that collab, low key.
I think to hear them on a track together, one is unexpected, but it meshed well. I didn't know how it would sound. But it sounded really, really good. I don't think any of them were really fighting for position or anything. It just flowed naturally. Even with Earth Gang on the track, it flowed. But at the end, one of my favorite parts is the end, Cover's. I think he really did a great job. With his verse, it was very well written. He got his point across, but he had a very different sound. It was almost like singy. But it was a different singy from what we got in
Past work.
in previous work. It was a little bit different, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. I don't know. That's my favorite song. Like off the
is
whole
Lute
project.
a Dreamville artist? Lute.
I don't know.
So I've never heard of Lute, and I didn't know if he was a Dreamville artist. All the Dreamville artists killed all of them. All of them did. Except for
Wait, real quick, he is signed to Dreamville.
okay, he is a Dreamville artist. Now I can't say that about Cole. Okay, now you said Cole did his thing.
Oh yeah, I thought he did his thing when he was rapping. Yeah, I was pleased.
I thought all his verses were mid. Okay, now I think we dubbed the top 3 in the game, right? I think that gap between the top 3 in the field is
Cole's not in
closing.
the top 3 for me, but yeah,
It's closing, if not already passed, because I can't anymore. I can't. I just can't. And I want to, and I was thinking about this earlier before we recorded. 2014 was such a big record for me. Like, before then, I really liked Born Center, but I wasn't really on the bandwagon quite yet, right? I recognized his talent, but I wasn't ready to dub him like one of the best. But then I got 2014. I was like, this is what everybody else sees. I see it now. He can spit. He can have the substance. He can put it together. He can peanut butter, spread it out, make sure it's good, and delivered a fantastic project. And I was ready to keep him there. Of course, objectively, he has to be there too. But here recently, I'm not seeing it. These verses are mid to me. And the one person that I can definitively say as of recent, Pusha T is ahead of him. And I don't even want to debate, because the last 2 verses that I've heard from Pusha T, the one from the Gobe link and the one from the Freddie Gibbs, if you went back and listened to Freddie Gibbs, them verses were better than the last all of these for sure. I'm done with it.
I don't know, man. I thought he rapped well on here.
These were mid for me. These were mid.
I feel that. I mean, how I feel about Cole, so I'm not going to argue that. I didn't think they were bad this time, though. I thought they were pretty good. I thought they went well with the song as well. I felt like he kind of like, when he got on, he would like pick up the beat and like really like tie it together almost in a sense. So I respected it. As to your point about Cole being 3, he might not even be 10 for me, honestly. Now, I mean, I could rattle off. Wale's a better rapper than J. Cole, and we could debate that. I mean,
you already know where I stand.
I think Pusha T as well. He's definitely in that conversation as well.
I just can't do it no more, man. These verses been mid to me.
So where
like,
do you?
A lot of people like really love the Middle Child joint. Like,
Yeah,
it was a
alright.
mid record, man.
Yeah.
I can't. It was. I mean, the visual helped me a little bit. Remember we was talking about
Yeah,
that on the
the
previous
visual was
episode.
cool.
The visual helped me. It made it a little bit better, but it wasn't all that.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was regular bars to me. And now, like, I was also thinking earlier when I was thinking about this, like, now I got to question the other 2 too. Like, I remember when Damn came out and we got DNA, and no, not DNA. What was the original record? The first one that he dropped when he was in the church. Humble. When he dropped Humble.
Oh yeah.
When Humble came out, I was like, yeah, he still got it. This is the man right here, because you snapped on them bars. And he came back with DNA, snapped on them bars. And I'm hoping, and I almost have like faith that Kendrick's when he drops, it's gonna be that same energy. I'm not getting that with Cole. I'm just not. I don't know, and it's not hate.
No, it's not hate. I mean, bro, we should be critical of the top 3 or whatever the like. I mean, just because you're top 3 now doesn't mean you stay top 3. It doesn't mean it's solidified. I'm going to continuously critique. Like, people get mad when I talk about Drake. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just going to analyze what he put out.
Right.
I mean, the goal is for them to progressively get better and better and better and do something different. So if he's continuously to stay in the same lane, and he's almost declining in a sense, because it sounds like for you
I
he's
wouldn't
declining.
I wouldn't say he's declining. I just think he's
Stagnant.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I said the gap between because to me it was the top 3, and then there was a gap, and then there was the field. Right. Mm-hmm. This gap is not a gap anymore. They on his ass, and because I had him in the order of Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. That was my 3,
and it was a gap.
And then it was a gap, and
See,
then it could have
I
been.
never felt that way. Like I always liked Cole, but I think I liked him more from a standpoint of not necessarily his rapping ability, but his content. Mm-hmm. And so, content wise, he was there for me. Rapping wise, you can think of probably 4 or 5 other people ahead of him. Personally, so I never held him to that much of that on that pedestal like that. Before I forget, because I didn't finish this. Middle Child, I think, could have been left off of this. I didn't think it was needed. Like, we heard it. It was a standalone joint. It could have been. It wasn't needed, though, at all. Wells Fargo, I didn't like at all. Nothing about it. And 1993, I didn't like at all. Either.
You didn't like 1993?
Nah, I'm cool. But, yeah.
I thought Kaz, Boz, Earth Gang really did so good on this album, man. Like JID, like, or Jid, either one, I believe he said he did a really good job. Like, I think the Dreamville artist Omen. Oh my God, Omen did such a good job on this joint. Like the Dreamville artist did so well, and I don't know what I expected from him though. I thought when you hear Cole, I almost expect him to assert himself with an A. Yeah. Assert himself on the track, and I never got that. And maybe that was me. Maybe I went in thinking that he was going to assert himself as, this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? But maybe
he didn't, from playing devil's advocate, and I just thought of this, maybe that wasn't, he didn't want to do that. The goal was, like he said in the doc, he doesn't work with people often, and he didn't want to regret not working with other people long down the line or whatever.
But
maybe he felt like, all right, I'm working with y'all, but I'm also, this is my time to get everybody in the studio together. Let's just collab. Let's just do something crazy.
As an MC,
he didn't want to insert and dominate, because then it's taking the shine off of them. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, I get what you're saying. But as an MC, as a spitter, as somebody that always claims himself as the best, always, you can't do that. You cannot take a step back. Not with all these people on this record. No, every time you grab the mic, you gotta make sure it's known.
So you don't think this album sounds like a Cole album?
No, I wouldn't say a Cole album. I would say it just sounds, like I said before, like a rappity rap, like hip hop purist maybe album. I know that's not, you don't really care for the rappity rap, so
I don't care for the rappity rap when it's just rappity rap.
And this is just rappity rap.
Done that. Like, let's do something a little different.
Yeah, and this was all just rappity rap.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. And I'm not saying that Cole verses were unbearable. I just thought they were mid. They were just like his verses were forgettable. I can't remember one quotable from any of his records. I mean, any of those records at all. I can't remember one.
I mean, I'm sure the Cole fans fucked with this. I hope. You can let us know in the comments or whatever.
You know how they is. They like everything you do.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just be oblivious, man. Anyway. I was going to start rattling off rappers better than Cole, but we're going to say that for another time.
I don't see why. No, go ahead.
All right.
I want to hear this.
So I said Wale.
Yeah.
I said Pusha T.
Yep.
Rick Ross. Big Sean. I had somebody else. I forgot.
I think Big Sean.
I think that's a reach.
No, I don't think there's a reach. I think there's a good argument there.
Britt hates Big Sean.
For the listeners. I just that's tough.
Is it?
Joey.
Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely. Joey.
See how biased that answer was?
But I mean, it is definitely though.
But she said Big Sean. Joey. Yeah, definitely.
But
Joey,
no,
yeah.
because I told
Joey.
y'all before, and I'm gonna keep saying this until I'm proven wrong. He has. I'm be honest. Big Sean's last project was much better, and it was good. I actually enjoyed a lot of the songs, but a lot of his songs previously, I feel like he raps like an elementary school child. He got elementary school bars. I'm sorry. For me, that's
There's some nursery rhymes in there. Let's be honest.
so.
There are.
Let's not act like.
I mean, all right, I'm gonna pull up some lyrics from your favorite song. We gonna compare.
All right, let's do it.
Anywho, I'll get back to my
Big
original
Crit, I would
argument.
listen.
Yeah, that's what I had. Big Crit for sure. Let's see. I mean, I know he ain't really active, but Jay obviously is better.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, these are active
that's no
rappers, so if he's top three,
You-
then-
okay, no, wait. I know we're bagging on J. Cole a little bit, but
We're
you
not.
can't say there's no question. He's still an MC and he's still very well respected. He can rap. Now, come on, man.
Vince Staples is a
not-
better rapper than J. Cole.
I can't do that.
It wasn't
Come
that
on, man.
negative.
And I love Vince Staples. But I
He's a
can't
better
do that.
rapper than him. Lupe Fiasco's a better rapper than J. Cole.
Where is he at?
He just dropped a single, actually, so he's active.
That put him back in
He's
the active
active.
status.
What do you
Okay.
mean?
All right,
Top three, right? This guy's undisputed top three, right?
Okay.
I mean, that's at least 8, right?
Some of them are reaches, but
I don't know.
I'll let you.
I mean, it's preference. It's preference, but I mean, if you're going to be releasing the same flow every time, I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, we can move on, though. You're right. Let me stop bagging on Cole. I feel like I do it every pod. ASAP Rocky.
You just told me how you just don't care for him at all.
The features. The features have not been good. ASAP Rocky's a better rapper than J. Cole.
I'm gonna let you address that.
I already did. All right. Well, if you don't agree, hop in the comments and argue with yourself. And yeah, any finishing touches on the Cole? Didn't move you guys, so
I know a lot of people like that DaBaby verse.
mm-hmm.
I thought Luke did better than him on that DaBaby verse.
What does that have to do with the baby's verse?
I mean, I thought it was a mid DaBaby verse. I heard better DaBaby
was
verses. It was pretty mid to me.
Okay.
But I like DaBaby a lot. I still think he has a top 3 album this year as well. But I thought Luke definitely had the best verse on that song. And that song really wasn't that good to me. The Sunset record, you talked about Young Nudy's verse. That wasn't one of his best verses.
I didn't say it was one of his best verses. I said the song was hard. What do you mean one of his best verses? I'm not about to do the lyrical breakdown on Young Nudy's verses.
Okay,
Yeah, the song is hard.
I mean, because he was trending that next day.
He was.
Yeah, in the country. It
mean,
wasn't
that-
just
he
an
was
indie
trending
shit.
I mean, that
day
track
it
is
dropped.
hard, man.
Yeah, he was trending like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Nudy win it. It was a regular Nudy verse. That wasn't his best work.
I mean, the whole album was trending. That's all you seen down the timeline.
Literally, Young Nudy was trending. It wasn't Dreamville.
No, I know,
Revenge of the
but I'm
Dreamers.
saying-
It was Young Nudy
I
trending
saw that
in the
too,
USA.
but it was Young Nudie, Dreamville, Revenge of the Dream, all of it.
What? I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead, finish it.
I'm sick.
All right, let's get off this. Black Thought is a better rapper than J. All right, just okay. Yeah, definitely listen to the Revenge of the Dreamers.
There's a lot of takes on that album, man. Because it's just so much.
bro. You just keep trying to drag me back in, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying. In closing, there's a lot of takes on there. So if you feel anything,
All right. So yeah, J. Cole's not top 3, but all right. In closing,
no, you know.
what you mean?
Okay, so you did say that, and I never addressed it. Okay, so he's not top 3.
He's not top 3.
Who was top 3 then?
He's rapping. Rapping.
I'm listening.
I got Wale over him for sure.
Okay. No quarrels here. You?
I don't have a rebuttal. I can deal with that.
All right.
You can deal with it. No, I don't want you to deal with it. I need you to state your claim. Who was the top 3 rappers
I
in
am
the game?
so sick. I'm saying
In order.
I'm not saying I can deal with it like, oh, that's fine. I can't think of nobody else that I would put up there.
Okay, so go
yeah.
ahead and think. Kendrick is number 1. Go ahead and think. Don't listen to me. Think.
Yeah, Kendrick's number 1.
Drake is 2.
I think we can put Drake
Nope.
at 2.
Kendrick, are you still thinking? Think.
Finish your point.
Kendrick is 1. Mm-hmm. Pusha T 2. Drake is 3.
I think Drake's a better rapper than Pusha T.
How did Pusha T get up there? Because he had 2 good features.
Hey, speak to it, bro.
No,
I'm really trying to figure it out. Like,
whenever y'all ready.
What?
Are you ready?
Damn,
Are you
I
ready?
can't laugh at what she said.
Are you ready?
go ahead.
Good.
Pusha T bodied him in the beef. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him that
Wait,
nod.
huh? Hold
I'm gonna
on.
give him the nod.
Hold on.
I'm gonna
Wait.
give him the nod.
Is
Wait, he
that what you
bodied him
basing
in the
that
beef?
off of? You didn't even like his last album.
I didn't.
All right,
Wait,
bye.
he bodied him in the beef?
Yep.
This
he
is
not?
news to me. I thought it was a tie. It was a draw.
Tie?
Yeah. It was a draw.
I'm allowed. There was no draw there.
I thought it was a draw, man.
No.
I'm not talking about
Bars-wise-
number 2
bars-wise, it was a
placement.
draw.
I'm asking how did he get
You
up
don't
in
even
the
got a
number
list.
3 period?
I've been asking you for a list.
I'm going to put Jay-Z up there.
So what's your list? I'm waiting.
Jay-Z, Kendrick, Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Kendrick.
I said what I said.
Kendrick, Drake, Wale, top 3 rappers.
I'm trying to figure. Never mind.
I told you why.
But no, I don't. How did he even make the top 3? Period.
So you don't even respect his pen. Because you really coming for his whole life, and I'm not getting it. So you don't respect Pusha T. We even got to the
I think
bottom.
he's better than Cole. He's not top 3 though.
Okay.
I just yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That's fine.
And I'm just trying to find the case for him. I really am because I fuck with Pusha T heavy. Drake joint, that was a tie to me, man. Bars wise, I mean, of course, Pusha had the shock value because he had the inside scoop. But I thought Drake gave him bars on Duppy. He really did on a slow jazz joint too.
And then Pusha came right back.
He did with some shock value. He had to.
He won the battle.
I don't think so. I think bar for bar, I was a tie.
Okay. And I love Drake. But we really talking about getting to it. He lost that battle.
I don't know. It's 2 different eras too.
So we making excuses for Drake now?
No,
Those two different eras. Oh, man.
No.
Wait, what does the
we
eras
never
have
do
to
that.
do with anything?
Nothing.
Just rap battle wise, like I think there's a different
Okay.
understanding
Okay,
now than
okay.
it was back in the day. You know, back in the day, it's like cut your head off, and now it's like more of a we're doing the beef for a commercial gain. You know, so I'm not gonna come totally for your life. You know, what do you say about his fiance? Some like Virginia Williams, and Pusha came back with the 666.
He got him, man. He got him.
Man, what he said about 40, man, that was cringeworthy, man. That's the difference right there. Drake would never get into that.
They say there's no rules in battle rap, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
Man, that was so disrespectful.
that was disrespect. I was like, ooh, man. All right, y'all got any lobs?
Do you have it?
I have one.
Okay.
I have one.
Do you have one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'll go first. Mine is the Rick Ross record that dropped with Swizz Beats. Let me get the name for you guys.
Is that a
real quick.
lob?
Well, it's just a track I listened to. We haven't talked about it.
Okay.
I'm a little low on lobs this week, man. A lot of music to listen to. It's called Big Time. Swizz Beats on the production. I thought it was a great song. I hope this is on the upcoming album. I think it fits well with the Port of Miami 2 vibes. I'm trying to remember if Green Gucci Suit was supposed to be a single for the upcoming project or he just dropped it as a Lucy.
I thought it was a Lucy.
Okay. Because I like that track as well, but I didn't hear from him much after that. So I'm assuming it didn't catch on. I think this one isn't really going to catch on as well, but I still liked it. So I'm excited for the Ross album to come up. So it's a little teaser, but definitely check that out. It's called Big Time.
I have a single as well. It's an actual whole album. I just didn't get through the whole album, so I'm just going to lob a track off of it, and then you can go ahead and listen to the whole album. The name is Mereba, Mereba. and the song is Black Truck. It was really, really dope. Smooth listen. The album that it's on is called, it's kind of long, The Jungle is the Only Way Out. It just dropped this year. Some of her features, Black is on here, and so is Jid. Those are the only 2 features, but that track
really
alone
spoke to you, didn't it?
I love them both. So hey, that track alone was really, really dope. I personally have to go back and listen to the whole album, but if you have a chance, go ahead and spin it.
Jid is a better rapper than J. Cole.
Okay. All right. I'm going to walk away from that one.
I mean, it might be cap.
There's some arguments.
Might
there.
be in the moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Might be in the moment.
I think so.
Might be in the moment. That might not be fair, but
So
Only
my
time will
lob
tell.
is by way of a whole artist. His name is 3 a.m. You spell it 3VM. My homie that I went to school with, his name is E. White. He actually does a lot of his production. But the kid is really, really, really tight, man. His full album is called Biscayne. Biscayne came out last year. Biscayne has 7 tracks. Really, really smooth. Like, the theme of this one was like really just riding down, sunset in Miami, South Beach, just top down. And when you like listen to it like at night, when you just riding, just rolling, with doing the speed limit type shit, it really, really sounds very good. I wouldn't box him in as a singer.
wait, it only sounds good when you hit the speed limit?
No.
If I go over? No?
Don't do
All
that.
right.
I would box him in as just a singer or a rapper, melody guy, because he can do it all. He came out with a track on his birthday called Rum Chata, and he was really, really, really spitting on that joint. So check that out. And his latest single is called Slide Down. He has a lot of like pregame music, which is really, really cool too. We talk about pregame music a lot because I think that's like the best vibes are nowadays right now. But his name is 3 a.m. But when you search, it's going to be 3VM. But yeah, he's hard for sure.
Yeah, and you had dropped one of his tracks on our 3 for $1 playlist way back when as well.
The track from Biscayne for sure.
Yeah, that track is cool. So, I think that's all she wrote. Any closing arguments, points? Division is dropping on Friday. I'm excited for that.
Actually, I thought it was
Oh,
Wednesday.
wow.
Is it Wednesday?
The date that he dropped was
The 10th. You might be right. Oh,
That is-
shit.
that is
okay,
Wednesday.
perfect. I'm a big Division fan, so I'm excited for that.
Miss Me is
Okay.
the rumored title of the song, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. It may be a whole
Is it a-
project.
Ooh, I hope it's not
Okay,
just
that's what I
a
was
song.
going to ask. Is
I
it a
don't know.
project or is it a
Actually, I
song?
might be cool with a song. You
because
don't
it
drop that
said
often.
all it said was "Miss Me," right, and with a question mark, and they said it rumored to maybe just be a single. It could be
Okay.
a project. I'm not sure,
I hope it's a
but
project.
he hasn't missed. He only had 2 albums, right?
Yep.
And both those albums.
Dylon.
So yeah,
I think I like the first one a little bit more than the second one, but
That's fair.
If you like
They were both
90s
good.
R&B, you're definitely going to like that first one for sure.
Yeah.
He was the sample god on that one. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm not sure who else is supposed to be dropping, but I'm sure there will be more entries.
Do we have a date on Chance album yet? Or
Couldn't care less.
No.
I'm not sure. Why you hating on Chance, bro?
Disrespect. It is this month though, so
You want Chance, bro?
look forward to it. I guess.
What does that mean?
What?
His month.
I said it is dropping this month.
Oh, okay.
I thought 17th. Or is that
I'm not.
Crit?
I'm not sure.
Might be Crit.
Somebody's dropping on the 12th. So that is. This
Oh, really?
weekend. Yeah.
Crit dropping this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
12th. So, yeah.
Ooh, this might be a good weekend. Okay, all right.
I mean, it's not hate on Chance. I mean, he's just not that good to me. Never really been, but
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get out of here. Feel free to follow the IG page as always at $3 for $1 podcast. You can follow our personal socials as well. They're all on there. Keep the reviews coming. If you love Cole, you can hop in the comments like I said. We appreciate all the feedback and everything that we've gotten as well. If there's any albums you want us to listen to, want us to go through, want us to talk about, you can drop those in the comments as well. And that is it. Good day.
actually,
Yeah. You hear me say good day?
Nope.
Okay.
So, when you listening to the podcast and you want to tweet, use the hashtag
There we go.
$3-4 hashtag.
$3-4. Hashtag $3-4.
Yes, sir.
We would appreciate that. We appreciate the people that were doing it already. But if we could get that going as well, that would be great. So, now can I bid them adieu?
Now you
All
got
right.
it, bro.